Mafade Guam, and welcome to Lone Star Steakhouse in Tamuning. Dave Delgado, Jason Salas, and Ken Nicholas here on the gridiron and on the clock right now, gentlemen, to talk about all the big games as the NFL is now back in full swing. Week 1 is upon us, Dave.
Yeah, well, you know, we have the doubleheader on CBS this Monday. Chiefs taking on the Texans. The Chiefs are a team that controls the clock, an offense that's not going to put up a lot of points, but are going to get into the end zone. The Texans, a defense that is going to bring it. I'm going with the Texans in that game. I think J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney is going to pressure Alex Smith enough to keep him on his feet and keep him guessing defensively.
Justin Houston of the Chiefs, of course, had 22 sacks last season. The NFL record is 22.5. The man is an absolute beast. Ken, how do people pick that game?
Those of you playing the Pigskin Pick'ems game at home, 56% pick the Chiefs, and the other 44% pick the Texans. And remember, while it's still too late to sign up for Week 1, you can still sign up for free and play the other 16 remaining weeks of the season. So.
All right. Well, we have some wonderful entrees right here. We've got, of course, the Texas Tumbleweed. We have these amazing cheese fries, and of course, we have fried mushrooms, which I personally cannot wait to dive in. Make sure you come down to Lone Star and try these. They're absolutely delicious. Dave, we got another big game coming up on CBS.
Yep, the Ravens and Broncos. Ravens, another defensive team, taking on the Broncos with Peyton Manning back there. And I think if this is not Peyton's last year,
how can it not be?
Yeah, exactly. So I think the Broncos are going to rally behind Peyton, believing that this could possibly be his last year, and really try to end his career with a bang. So I look for the Broncos to play strong this year, rally behind their quarterback, and have a successful season. I'm going with the Broncos against the Ravens only because they're at home, and like I said, they're going to rally behind their quarterback.
Peyton's still got so many weapons on that offense up in Mile High City. It is crazy. Ken, what did our online viewers think about this?
Most of you playing at home also believe that the Broncos are going to win. Close to 90% going for the Broncos.
Wow. 87 to 13 split. That is crazy. You know, Baltimore's got a lot of fans on Guam. Apparently not as many as I thought, because 13% think the Ravens are going to win. All right, guys, final thoughts as we head into the big game, which is the NBC game. Sunday Night Football, Monday for us, of course. It is the Giants and the Cowboys. Big game there.
Yeah, well, you know, Eli Manning's trying to secure his contract with the Giants. The Cowboys had a pretty decent season last year. I think Tony Romo is going to lead them again this year, pulling off wins in the beginning of the season. I picked the Cowboys just because Des Bryant and the offense, offensively, I don't think the Giants are going to be able to contain Tony Romo on the offense. So I'm going with the Cowboys in that one.
Of course, Des Bryant, the stud wideout for the Dallas Cowboys, and Odell Beckham Jr., who had a monster season as a rookie coming out of LSU last year for the G-Men. Ken, what do our online viewers think about this game?
Almost 85% of people think that the Cowboys are going to win that matchup, which is kind of surprising. This is a pretty healthy rivalry, and you know, Eli Manning's very capable of performing under tough conditions. So we'll see what happens.
Big NFC East division game. Make sure that you check your Pigskin Pick'ems picks. Make sure to go to KUAM.com/Pick'ems, and you can see how you and all your friends did, and see how Dave and Ken and the rest of us did. As for one of our dear colleagues, Andy Wheeler is standing by, and he's got fantasy tips. Andy, what have you got for Week 1 in the NFL?
All right, thanks, guys. So great game today. We just finished the first game of the season, and I cannot be happier that football is back. There's just been this void in my life, but football will fill that. So we had a good game today. Of course, New England ends up beating the Steelers 28-21. The last touchdown, kind of a garbage touchdown to Antonio Brown. But if you're tracking the fantasy at home, I know a lot of people picked the quarterbacks in the earlier rounds. Big Ben obviously went pretty early on in the round, and he went 26 for 38 with 351 yards. Now, he only threw one touchdown, but he did have an interception, so that's going to affect his fantasy points. Tom Brady had a heck of a game. Didn't throw up the most yardage, but he did go 25 of 32. He threw for 288, and he had 4 touchdowns. So a good way to get back from that Deflategate scandal, Tom Brady. Terrific, Tommy. We appreciate that. Now, I know a lot of people picked Antonio Brown in the very, very early rounds of their fantasy drafts, and he had a pretty good game. 9 receptions, 133 yards. He only had the 1 touchdown, which was kind of a garbage touchdown towards the end of the game. There was like 20-something seconds left. He gets the touchdown, and he's talking smack to the crowd, which the game, New England already won. But Gronk Gronk had 3 TDs today. He had 5 receptions for 94 yards. So he didn't go over the 100. So if you're in one of those leagues that gets the bonus yardage, the bonus points for over 100 yards, well, you didn't quite get that. But the 3 TDs, that's going to come in big because Gronk is going to be a huge points guy in your league all season long. Julian Edelman also had a good run. 11 receptions for 97 yards. Didn't score any touchdowns, but he did have a pretty decent game. Now, rushing, Le'Veon Bell is out with his suspension, so D'Angelo Williams stepped up, and he had 21 carries for 127 yards. No touchdowns, but still a good replacement if you do have him on your roster. So it is going to be an amazing fantasy season, and we look forward to keeping you guys in touch all year long. And this is Andy for On the Gridiron.